This video is brought to you by Dr. Kristen R. Bromley's Guitar Method Book Series and Online Music Academy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kristen Bromley. Welcome to my online academy. I love being here helping you with playing the guitar. In this video, we're going to read 3 more melodies together that incorporate eighth notes. That's the newer focus of this part of the lesson series right now, is having eighth notes in there with our melodies. Of course, we'll be reading these melodies in standard music notation, as note reading on the guitar is the focus of this lesson series. When we're playing these melodies, though, we're going to be jamming with the band. So it'll be you, me, and the band playing these songs. It's going to be great. This video accompanies Lesson 8 from my Note Reading Books 1 and 2 Method book. In the book, we're going to be on pages 49 and 50, playing songs 15, 16, and 17 here in this video. So it's going to be great. Now, before we play these melodies together, a couple things I would like to go over that are kind of be new things that happen with these 3 melodies. One is that we're going to run into a fermata with one of these songs. So the fermata symbol, it looks kind of like a bullseye, but it's missing, this underneath arch part. But it's like a dot with an arch over it, an arched line over it. That is called a fermata. If we're playing in an ensemble or playing music where the conductor is sort of conducting the flow of the music and how it happens, then we would hold whatever note or chord this sign is over as long as the conductor indicates for us to do so. When we're playing music solo or by ourselves, we just choose how long we should hold that note for. Because we're going to be jamming on these songs with the band, the way that it will work is for the note that you will encounter that has the fermata over it, that note will be held for one whole measure. So it just extends one measure of time there, sort of inserted into the groove. And you'll sort of feel that, and of course you'll be playing along with me, so you'll see how that works. So that's a fermata for us. The other thing that I need to introduce in this video is swung versus even eighth notes. So the new focus we've had lately is the eighth note rhythm and having those eighth notes show up in our melodies. With eighth notes, they can be played and interpreted in multiple ways because we have something happening on the offbeat when we have multiple eighth notes back to back. So even eighth notes, the way those work is everything with an eighth note gets the exact same amount of time. So just on a high string, the high E string, if I just play that open, it'd be like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Everything's treated the same. So those are known as even eighth notes or straight eighth notes. Those are the terms that are used to describe that. By comparison, swung eighth notes are a little bit different. And when we're swinging the eighth notes, what that means is we're taking the ones that happen on the offbeat. So if we had 2 eighth notes and this one was on the beat and that one was on the offbeat, we're taking the ones on the offbeat and pushing them further back into the beat. So that's going to mean there's going to be a delay. And we're using alternate plucking. So there'll be a delay to the up pluck coming back, and that just moves this second eighth note further back into the beat. So for example, on my top string here, it'd be like 1 and 2 and 3. How far we push those eighth notes on the offbeats back into the beat kind of just depends on the groove of the song, the style of the song. So it can be a little bit different. Sort of a common place for it to be is about 2/3 of the way back into the beat. So it's almost like taking the beat and turning it into a tripletized fashion, 1 and a 2 and a, instead of 1 and 2 and. So here'd be like even 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and versus 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. With the songs that we play, now that we have eighth notes, there'll be times that the groove calls for swung eighth notes, and that is going to happen with number 15 there on page 49. So you'll be playing with swung eighth notes. If you need to practice with swung eighth notes, you can go back to where we worked on the C major scale and the A minor scale. So we did that 2 videos ago, and you could just practice playing that scale with swung eighth notes. 4 plucks per note, and then 2 plucks. and 1 pluck. That's a great way to start practicing the swung eighth notes, but we'll have swung eighth notes happening there with number 15. So I introduce that to us here. So with each of these 3 songs that we're going to now work on together, they'll happen at 2 different tempos, a slower tempo and a faster tempo. As I so often mention, if you're tripping trying to play along with that slower tempo, then pause the video and work the parts that just aren't so natural for you, get them up to tempo, and then play along with me. That will help you develop as a player much, much faster than if you just sort of skip over and just sort of fumble through those places in the melody. Then you could do that same thing for that faster tempo, but it's going to be super fun. Let's go ahead and play these melodies together. All right, I hope you're having fun with this. I sure love playing these melodies with you. Now, as we continue through the lesson series, in the next lesson, we're going to be moving on, or the next video, we're going to be moving on to lesson 9 from the book. We're going to start working on dotted quarter note rhythms. We have that possibility now that we have eighth notes in the game. And so we'll be learning about dotted quarter notes, playing some melodies that have dotted quarter notes in them in the next video. So take care, have fun, and I'll see you again. Thanks for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And be sure to check out more great content. You can find more information about me and my products at kristenbromley.com. Take care.